step and complication. But what areas did you feel like you guys were close to getting over that hump?
I thought we, played well in a lot of areas. So I thought we moved the ball well offensively. I thought we got the run game going. I thought, the protection was, fairly good. Um, I thought we made some plays down the field. I thought we converted on third down. Um, but really, at the end of the day, this game comes down to execution in the critical moments. So third down, red zone, 2 minute, uh, and then limiting turnovers. So we didn't do those things. We had a crucial couple plays there down in the red zone. We didn't convert, and we turned it over. So I would say in those critical moments, we didn't play well enough. We did a lot of good things, really offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. But we got to do a little bit more.
Do you have to? I know moral victories aren't really important in the NFL, but do you have to remind the players that you're getting closer to where we need to be?
I think they know that, and I think they've heard that before. I think we're at the point here where closer and closer and closer and closer, but at the end of the day, the result isn't what you want. So we've got to do a little bit more. We've got to coach it better. We got to play better. We got to execute better. We got to practice, every situation with the intent to execute those situations in the game, in all areas, because I don't know which play it's going to be, and they don't know which play it's going to be. So we have to practice all those situations with an intent to execute the way we're going to try to execute it in the game, and I got to do a better job of getting this team to do that.
Brian, what qualities does Mark Walton have to enable him at his size to run so successfully up the gut of the defense?
He's got really good vision, low center of gravity, but vision, low center of gravity, good burst through the hole, and he's just got a good feel for running the football, setting up blocks, and I guess he's a small guy to find out behind those big linemen. So I thought he ran the ball well yesterday. I think he's been running the ball well for the last few weeks. We'll keep giving it to him since he's being productive, and hopefully continues to develop and get better. But this is a guy who comes in, works, at his craft on a daily basis, from blocking to catching to running the football to playing in the kicking game. And, he's a guy those are the types of guys we need around here.
Is that what you want, what you're seeing from Mark Walton, a guy who makes it clear that I need to be playing more?
Oh, yeah. We want every person on this team to take advantage of their opportunities when they get out there. And once you do that, I think it's clear to anyone who watches that, if you're a Dolphin fan, you want to see Mark Walton get the football a little bit more. But I like all our backs. Drake's gone in there and made plays. Balaj's gone in there and made plays. But Mark's definitely been playing well the last couple of weeks.
What do you need to do? Start getting some takeaways.
Again, it's my those a lot of times they come in bunches. So I think we just need to get one. So let's just start with that. So punching at the ball, making the catch when the opportunity presents itself, on a tip ball. And I think once we get one, let's just start with one. I think that's really where I'm at with that. Let's just start with one.
Coach, obviously you don't want to lose, but the losses have come. So how do you kind of stay optimistic? How do you not let the losses get to you?
I've dealt with a lot of adversity in my life, so I've been punched before, and you just get up and you just keep going, and that's kind of been my that's kind of how I go about my business. And look, I'm never going to make excuses. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm just going to get up and get better the next day. And that's been my approach. That's the approach of this team. And that's the way I'm going to handle my business.
There's a report that a fan claims that Bobby McCain threatened or spit on a 13-year-old boy. What do you know about that report, and have you followed through with the players?
Yeah, I talked to Bobby about this this morning. You know, he and I have a pretty open dialogue, and heard his side of the story. And you know, it's unfortunate. I feel like he needed to handle that situation better. We're going to discipline Bobby for that. We'll handle that discipline internally. But you know, situations like this, they're you know, we've got to handle those situations. And I would say, before I say that, you know, we take those, you know, very seriously. And you know, there's a standard, you know, that we're trying to set here, and a professionalism of the way we go about things, and you know, we need to live up to that standard, and we're going to. So I talked to Bobby, and again, I heard his side of the story, but we need to handle situations, you know, better, really, on the field. You know, let's talk about Christian in that situation, and then, you know, in this other situation as well. So that will certainly get handled internally.
Will discipline involve him missing playing time?
Again, that's going to be handled internally.
Obviously, the losses are a forefront. Besides the losses, what's the most disappointing part of the season that you're going through with this team?
You know, I don't focus on that. I focus on the things that are the improvement I see, the progress we're making as a team. The communication, guys coming together, guys playing hard, guys you know, fighting for one another, guys practicing and trying to get better and improve, and you see the improvement. So, I mean, no, I really don't focus on disappointments. Yeah, it's tough to lose. Yeah, you know, especially when you come out here, you work on a daily basis. But I see progress. I see improvement. You know, at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. But we got a group of guys who are tough, and they're motivated, and they don't quit. So I like this group.
With Christian, do you see a common denominator between what happened yesterday and his roughness penalty against the Chargers?
A young player, trying to play aggressive, trying to play with a fight and a vigor and a, you know, I'm not backing down from any one type of attitude, but you got to play with poise. I mean, it's just, you know, losing, you know, your starting D tackle for the entire games. That's a tough loss for any defense. And you know, I think our guys fought through it. And you know, look, Christian was, you know, upset about it, and you know, look, he's a good kid. There's no doubt about that. And he works hard, and you know, this is important to him. But again, you know, there's consequences to our actions. I think that's something that we all need to understand, on the field and off the field. And that's, you know, aside from football, as a coach, that's what you're teaching these guys, or trying to teach them. There's consequences for your actions. So you throw a punch in the game, you know, you're going to get kicked out. You know, you miss a meeting, or you know, you have an issue. I mean, there's consequences for your actions, and that's not just on the football field. That's life. So we need to learn that. You learn a lot of life lessons in this game, and that's part of coaching as well.
How did your center adjust to his first start? How did he do?
Bam, I thought played well. The communication was good. You know, the snaps were good. He made, you know, some good blocks, but we played well as an offensive line. So for the most part, protection was solid. You know, we had time to throw it. Fitz did a good job of getting it out. And, you know, for a guy who, you know, Kilgore's a big part of his team. He's, you know, captain and, you know, a leader, and his voice is, you know, he's a leader on this team. So Bam stepped in, and I thought he did an admirable job.
How did Calhoun play?
He played. Look, he's a young player. I think he had a missed block early, resulted in a TFL. I want to say the safety came off the edge. We missed him. But after that, I mean, I thought he played pretty solid. And again, as an offensive line and as an offense, we move the ball fairly well. And as a young player, it's good to get those reps and that experience.
Was Reed in there because of injury or just performance-based?
We think Shaq had a little, he got dinged a little bit, had to come out. So, Chris has been in there. He's been with us, since the spring and knows exactly what we're doing. Can play multiple positions. He's a tough kid. He's worked hard. We felt fine sticking him in there, and that was no issue.
This is your fifth combination on offensive line in 6 games. At what point do you want to see some continuity, some consistency there?
I mean, there's injuries happen, and that's been the case for us. So, yeah, I'd love for everybody to stay healthy and have the same offensive line the entire season. The likelihood of that, I don't know how many teams or have the same 5 guys for the entire season. So as far as continuity, I mean, this is the game. This is kind of how it. This is how it goes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you never wanted to see your starting quarterback try to run over a defender at the goal line. Or I assume you don't. But after watching that on tape, what'd you see on that play?
I saw someone who it's very important to him to put it in the end zone and score, and that's what we want out of this guys on this team. And at times a quarterback has to do that, and I think at that position, that leadership position, when that guy shows that type of toughness, and I think it permeates throughout the entire team. So Fitz is a tough guy, and thankfully there was no injury or anything like that. But I like the toughness.
Are you optimistic Xavier and Rashad will be back this week?
Both guys are working extremely hard to get back. We're close with Xavier. I think we're going to be close with Rashad this week as well. So it's early in the week, and we got an extra day. So hopefully. But look, we're going up to Pittsburgh. Another tough place, another tough environment. Really good team. Physical, tough, great environment. If you like football, this is the type of environment you want to be in. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.